Go or go home time right now.
Vickers turns it to the bottom, but he can't get by.
He just can't get enough nose under him without getting into him. Oh, he did get him.
He spins him and Vickers wins.
He did. Vickers has beat him across the line just by a car length. Mike Bliss did a whale of a job.
Did we make it? Did we make it?
No, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, I hate it for Mike. I hate it. I'm sorry for those guys, but we came down to the wire, and there was grass there, and he came down, and I was there. I mean, I don't know what else to do. I was underneath him, and when he started to spin, I went right to miss him. But I'm real proud of this GMXC Chevy guys. These guys did an awesome job. They gave me a good car. We just played it right. I'm glad we didn't have to pit, but if we did, I knew we had a good pit crew.
He spun me out. The only thing I wish I'd have done is turn right and wrecked his ass, but clear that up. I don't know if I can say that. But yeah, we had a great car. Net Zero Best by Chevrolet was great. Sat on the pole. It got tight there at the end, and if that's the way he wants to do it, I don't. You know, we got 600 miles here, and I think that I don't like racing that way. That's not. I was hoping I'd beat him to the line at least sideways. That's what I was hoping, but I guess when you're going for nothing to lose, I guess that's what it takes, and I wouldn't have wrecked somebody for that, but that's the way he does it, I guess. He's in the big show, and I'm not.
He's getting a little wider.
There he goes.
Junior.
Oh, no! It's the 48. It takes out Earnhardt and Jimmy Johnson.
Caution is out. The leaders had already taken the white flag.
So is it going to be the 25 or the 9?
There are 19 scoring loops around the track. NASCAR will use scoring loops and videotape to determine the race winner. The checkered flag is out. Checkers and yellow out at Talladega.
Oh, man, oh, man.
No, I mean, it was just a bad deal. I mean, that's racing. I hate it for a point state. That was the biggest deal. We knew we might finish third, but Brian was just a little eager to get his first win or whatever. But my hat's off to Chad and them guys. I mean, Jimmy he's matured a lot in the last year as far as a driver on these restrictor plate races. So it's not his fault. It's just Brian was a little bit anxious. But that's the way it goes. We just got to keep our chin up and dig for this championship. Just glad DI's back on the restrictor plate deal. But my boys in the motor shop just keep digging. We'll get them.
Well, he was just waiting till the last lap. Very smart move on his part, and they had a good run coming at the end of the race here. And as you see right there, they got a good push together, working really good together there. And I knew it was just really not going to be much I could do. He went to the inside here, and I tried to block him a little bit. But once I understood that he was there, I didn't push the issue anymore, and the 25 turned him into me. So, I mean, Brian just, excited there. I hate it for 48. I hate it for our team. We had a great car, and not really that upset. I mean, it's just the way racing goes here, and sometimes you come out on the good end of those deals. I'm really happy Brian got his first win, and for Rick Hendrick and everybody, but just unfortunate we tore our car. My guys really wanted to win today.
This will be a big hit in the championship standings real quick, Junior.
Yeah, ain't much I could have done about it. Believe me, I tried to save it.
Got a run on the 8 and got inside of him and just got hit from behind, and it turned me into the 8, and then off we went. So need to see the video. Just can't believe it. I mean, here we go all day long. Had a great chance to make up some points, and end up getting crashed by a teammate.
And obviously his exuberance to, as we'll try to pull up some video for you here, get to victory lane. It's very tight out there when you make these fast passes, isn't it?
It is, and when you've got to run that big on someone, you should probably just pull down and pass him instead of trying to bump draft him. I just got turned around, so one of those deals.
And in your hopes for the championship, Jimmy, this is another tough blow.
It is. I mean, we've got the speed. I'm so proud of this race team and everything Hendrick Motorsports is doing. Just too bad we can't capitalize on days when we really have a chance to make up some points.
Yeah. Oh man, that was it's pretty exciting to get our first win with the GMXC Chevy. I said I wanted to get a win for Ricky in this car. I want to dedicate this win to Ricky so bad. Not quite exactly how I planned it. Jimmy had a heck of a run, and I was pushing him. And then when he turned down, I got off of him, and he turned down to pass the 8, and the 8 just kept pushing him down. And when he jerked to avoid the 8, trying to block him, I just got in the back of him. I apologize. That's the last thing I want to do was get into Jimmy and all that take place. But when the 8 chopped him and Jimmy swerved, and I just got him. It's not how I wanted to win it, but it's nice to get a win for this 25 car. It's been a long time.
I was going to say, can you explain the mixed emotions that this must bring for you?
Mixed emotions. You're saying enough. I mean, I'll tell you, there at the last lap, I knew that Jimmy was waiting for the last lap, and I was willing to push him to the front. I didn't expect for us to be able to win. I was looking for us to maybe get a second place, for Jimmy to push Jimmy by the 8, and that'd be it. And but what happened, and you know, it's still nice to get this win. It's not quite how we planned it, but I hate it for Jimmy. I want to apologize to him. Like I said, it just when he swerved to miss the 8. You know, I was there and it just happened.
Coming off 2 down the back straightaway. Junior gets a good run.
Vickers puts a little block on him. And then you be the judge.
Let's reiterate the rule. You are not allowed to advance your position below the yellow line. If you are forced below the yellow line, you must come back up and blend in.
Vickers puts the block on him, and then Junior just turns right back into the racetrack, right in the left rear, Brian Vickers.
Saw a similar situation like that yesterday in the nationwide race.
I had the best angle the first time. You know, I really hated for the Red Bull guys. We had a good car all day. You know, we're all racing for the lucky dog there, and you know, my goal is to keep Junior behind me. And I went to block him. I beat him to the yellow line. You know, and then he just turned us. You know, he hit me the first time on the way down there, which is fine. You know, we all do that. And then when he came back up, he just hooked me in the left rear. And typically NASCAR penalizes. I think the 38 was penalized 5 laps yesterday for doing the same thing. You know, I guess they're not going to penalize him for it, but it's kind of sad. I mean, you know, to wreck somebody intentionally like that in front of the entire field is really kind of dangerous. I mean, that's my biggest problem with it. But apparently he wanted a caution pretty bad.
I got a run on him, and he saw me coming. I had a big old run on him, and I went to the inside. I didn't try to make no late move and try to, you know, make some surprise or anything. I just kind of eased on over, and he went to block me and hit me in the fender and sent us both off to sent me down toward the grass, and trying to recover my car, I got back into him coming back up the racetrack. But I don't hate it, you know, for him, but everybody else got wrecked.
Brian Vickers still fighting hard to try to get by Bliss. Has to check up, and he gets hit from behind by his Cup teammate, Scott Speed.
At the time, and here we go. Vickers is not too happy with Scott Speed. Now, these are Sprint Cup teammates.
You can't tell it right now.
No, and I'm not sure this is over yet.
I don't think so.
No, he wants a little more of him.
Yeah, maybe a little more.
And then he brake checked him, so that's going to be good.
I'm never a fan of this. I don't like seeing guys tear race cars up after the race.
There were some words afterwards right here as Vickers came up.
Well, Scott Speed had an impressive top 5 run all day long until the end. The one guy you get into is your teammate on the Cup side. What happened, Scott?
Well, we all went in the last corner, like the 3 of us all together. We're all on different tires. The one had no tires. We had 2 tires. Brian had 4. So we all went in the last corner, and they just checked up and couldn't stop in time and got in the back of Brian, and we both went up the track. So it was unfortunate for both of us. But at least we had a good run all day. I mean, Michael Waltrip did the car was awesome all day, obviously. And, yeah, we'll keep it from here.
What did Brian say to you? We saw him come up. You guys had a little talk.
Well, Brian's a little bit heated for sure, but luckily we're teammates, so we'll get to talk it out. Hopefully we'll do it in counseling.
He ran into the back of us. He said we slowed down for the turn. I mean, I don't know how else to get through a turn other than slow down. I mean, I don't know what his problem is. I don't know if he's frustrated because he runs so bad in the Cup Series, but he just flat ran into us and wrecked us. I've never had a teammate do that to me before.
What'd you say to him when you guys did get together post-race?
I asked him what he was thinking. I was like, dude, we're racing for 5th, and you're going to wreck me? I mean, seriously? And the only thing he could say was, oh, I couldn't slow down. You guys stopped in front of me. You guys slowed down in front of me. No kidding. It's a turn. I've got to stop and turn left, so not much of an excuse.
He just got to drive it till it blows up, and that's about it because he can't pull in now. Fix an overheating issue.
There comes loose and holds the lead.
And there, look at Keselowski. He's got that momentum on the bottom side.
This is the spot he'd be looking for here to be 3 wide. Look at Vickers get down. And check out Keselowski, guys. Coming to the high side. He's going to have this high side. White flag right here.
White flag.
Keselowski's right where he needs to be.
We're 3 wide in turn 1. Holy cow. Vickers can't hold on right there. Look at Keselowski's going to have the advantage off of turn 2.
It's all about momentum, and 32 can't hold on to it right now. It's just too loose.
No, he did. He did kind of make a little move here. Contact there.
Yep, that's what you said. Come on, let's see if they're going to fight. I want to see this.
A little discussion. A few little words here. He's like, hey, dude, one of us is going to win. Well, we thought Toyota might have a chance to get their first victory here at Michigan, but didn't happen. They'll have to wait.
It was looking that way, though. I mean, they had a great run, but this guy right here, he won Iowa. He's won here at Michigan. Oh, here we go. Nothing wrong with controversy.
Well, you need to get the helmets off. I don't know, that might be a smart move on Vickers' part.
Yeah, if you're going to punch you better leave the helmet on, Andy.
I saw somebody grab, was it Kyle Busch by the helmet?
Yeah, I remember that.
I think I'd rather have it off.
He hung up my right rear quarter panel all the way down the front straightaway and gave the win to the 88 car. He slowed us down so much. He had no idea the 88 car was coming. And the 88 just drove right by both of us on the outside because Brian Vickers was trying to slow both of us down. Just stupid. If he would have ran his own line up at the top of the track and I would have ran my own line down at the bottom of the track, it could have been a battle between us two. But unfortunately, you race with idiots, and you know, I guess you'll have that sometimes. But the NOS Energy Drink Camry was good today, just not good enough. And I felt like we had a good handling race car on the long runs, but unfortunately, we didn't have long runs at the end of the race. So I'm sure I'm complaining and I'm whining and I'm a crybaby, but that's uncalled for. I mean, it's just stupid. I would have ran my own line instead of giving it to the third place car in order to battle it out between the top two who deserved the win and deserved to battle the race out at the end. He didn't deserve to win.
Oh, man, I tell you, I am so sorry. I forgot it was the Kyle Busch show. I thought we were racing for a win. I don't, I'm really sorry for the Dollar General guys. We had a great car. We were too loose on the start of the run. He was better. I thought it was my job to hold him off. Apparently not. He came over to the car after we came in and knocked our fender in, which was unnecessary, and then started crying like a little baby. And I asked him if he'd just give me a minute to get out. We could talk about it like men. If he wanted to fight, that's fine with me. And as soon as I got out, he ran off. And it's a shame that it went down like that. I mean, we were racing hard. I thought it was a good race. Congratulations to 88. He snuck around both of us. I didn't see him coming. I let my guys down. We should have been able to win this race. But last I checked, it wasn't the Kyle Busch show. It was a nationwide race, and I was supposed to race him for the win.
It was a great race for you. At the end there, did you have any idea that the 88 was that close, Brian?
No, I didn't. I didn't know he was coming. I didn't know he was that close. We went down into turn 3 with coming to the white, and the 18 got me loose, and I chased it all the way up the racetrack, and by that time the 88 caught us. Once he got on my outside, I mean, I was already too loose anyway, by myself, and then with him on the outside, I couldn't hold him off.
We're on board with Stewart. That's Vickers up ahead. They're going down at 11. Stewart just leans on him and keeps leaning and keep leaning and just pushed Vickers into the tires down there.
So the attitude kind of, what the heck, I'll let him go and then pay it off.
And I can guarantee you that
all clear.
All Vickers has been thinking about since he got turned by Stewart was getting in a position to do this.
Looking for him. Where's that 14?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably had it coming because I dumped him earlier, but I dumped him because he was blocking. So if anybody wants to block all year, that's what I'm going to keep doing. So they can handle it however they want. But it was payback. But I dumped him first, and I dumped him because he was blocking. So it's just, I've been complaining about the way that guy's been racing all year, and I like Brian. I'm not holding it against him at all. I don't care if it was Ryan Newman. I would have dumped him too. So. If they want to block, that's what's going to happen to them every time for the rest of my career.
Oh man, I'd love to lie to you, but it wasn't.
Don't lie to me, Brian.
No, I'm just not my personality. I guess Tony told you that he dumped me on purpose, and I know Tony well enough to know he's a smart enough driver that he didn't accidentally drive in there that hard and from like 20 back and wreck me. So. I don't know why he did it. I think he told you he felt like
you're blocking a little too much too early.
Yeah, he may not have noticed, but the 18 was off the racetrack and was coming back across through the dirt sideways, and I was trying to avoid the 18, and I was on the inside of the car in front of me. So Tony was the least of my concern. I don't think it was an attempt to block Tony. But, that's what he felt like it was, and you know, he sowed his oats and he reaped them. So
when you have done something like this, you say you intentionally wrecked him, he says he intentionally wrecked you. How do you handle it from here?
We'll be fine. You know, it's funny. I found it ironic that our relationship started in turn 11 in 2004.
What happened there?
He wrecked me and then I wrecked him back.
Well, so this is a repeat of history.
I think it is. Yeah, I guess, you know, just every once in a while, stuff happens. You know, I'm not a scatologist, but it happens.
Is there a growing anger on the racetrack or a growing lack of respect, you feel like?
No. I have a lot of respect for Tony. You kidding me? I had a ball at his Prelude to the Dream. I mean, what a great charity event. You know, Tony and I, you know, it's funny. Tony and I race probably better than just about anyone on the racetrack on a week-to-week basis. You know, when I get to him, he lets me go. When he gets to me, I let him go. I'm sure we'll be right back to that this next week. We just had a couple of things to talk about on the racetrack today.
You see the two teammates racing side by side, but Marcus Ambrose gets into the left rear of Brian Vickers. His teammates on the outside, nowhere to go. Casey Kang's had a very hard night here, getting hit a couple of different times, hard licks here.
And just like you said, Dale, it's more 3 wide entering the corner than I remember here.
Now there's a little follow-up there.
Tear it up any more if you can. Please let it roll. Come. Come on, hit pit road here. Hit pit road.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Vickers is not happy about what happened there.
And you can't blame him for that.
I don't blame him at all.
Let's see right here. Oh, yeah.
NASCAR has told Brian Vickers to take that car to the garage area and keep it there for a while.
I think that's where he was headed anyway.
And he will have a little huddle with the officials afterwards at their request. McMurray and Brian Vickers here, 1 and 83, going down into turn 3.
Well, I'm going to give Brian Vickers the benefit that he got a little loose right there.
Hard shot for McMurray there.
You might give him the benefit, but I'm not sure McMurray's going to.
His wheels are right, and he had his brakes locked up, so all of that combined.
Then, when Vickers comes by, McMurray, well, I know baseball season just ended, but we'll call that a swing and a miss.
For sure.
Well,
you didn't really miss.
All right, how about a foul ball then?
Yeah.
What brought us to the caution flag?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're hard to drive like that.
Holy cow. You see how high the back of that car came up?
And then he had the brakes on so hard the wheels were hopping.
Yeah, they had battled for probably 6 or 8 laps. Looked like a fairly clean pass that Vickers had made on him.
Oh, that's what that was. Matt Kenseth had just come back on the racetrack. Whoa, contact there. Brian Vickers pushing Matt Kenseth. Martinsville payback issued at Phoenix.
It sure was.
83.
That's all that was.
Let's look at it.
Whoa. Well, these guys were getting, and gals, were getting very aggressive.
Well, in Harvick and Kenseth, they had fresh tires.
Now watch this. I think I see where the, yeah. Harv said, hey, bud, save me a little room next time.
Evidently, Harvick did not like the way that Vickers raced Danica, so when they got to the checker flag and passed it, he just spun him out to show him that he didn't appreciate that.
Afterwards, even after that.
Yeah. Well, that's part of it. Short track racing. We talked about emotion. We talked about blocking and bumping.
Racing gets a little harder.
Yeah, Casey Kane's like, I got to go. I can't cut you any brakes right now. He sure turned him around, though.
I think I mentioned earlier about keeping that list if you're scoring at home.
Well, that one's 1-1 so far, I guess, isn't it? Tie game.
I wonder if Casey's splitter bottomed out right there.
Yeah, he might have caught the curb, maybe is what he's going to say.